The smoke of exile. The great serpent had vanished into the earth, but Thabo's peace was short-lived. One afternoon, restless and overwhelmed, he walked deep into the bush near the sacred tree. His thoughts were clouded, torn between the serpent's power, the Watcher's warning, and his own strange journey. He decided to do something he hadn't done in years: smoke. With a blade of bone, he cut down a young pawpaw tree, peeled its bark, and rolled dried leaves into a crude wrap. He struck a fire from a flint stone he carried and took his first puff. The smoke spiraled into the air, thick and sweet, curling like a snake above his head. At first, nothing happened. Then, screams. From inside the sacred tree came sounds of coughing, choking, and cries of pain. The warriors fell one by one, holding their throats. Women wailed. The bark of the tree blackened. Even the leader collapsed. Thabo looked up in horror. He didn't know that the people of the sacred tree were deathly allergic to pawpaw smoke, a curse placed upon them centuries ago by the forest's spirits. The smell, the smoke, the very presence of it was poison. "Find him," someone cried. "Who brought death to our home?" Soon they found him, the pawpaw leaves still burning in his hand, their faces twisted with rage and betrayal. The same man who had saved them now became a curse to them. They chased him through the forest, throwing stones, shouting, invoking spirits to strike him down. Thabo ran and ran, the charm bouncing on his chest, the weight of guilt pulling at his soul. Then, silence. He passed through a thick mist under the roots of an ancient fig tree. When he opened his eyes, the forest was gone. Thabo now stood at the edge of a busy street, the smell of petrol in the air, loud voices all around, taxis honking, and a mountain in the distance. He looked up and saw a sign. "Welcome to Bushbuckridge, Mpumalanga Province, Strath." His heart raced. "How did I get here?" he whispered. People stared at him, his clothes worn, his eyes glowing faintly, the charm still around his neck. He felt like a ghost from another world. Then he remembered something. The charm of the antelope, the one for escape and concealment. He knelt, pulled it out, and whispered the words the Watcher had taught him. Then he struck the ground with his fist. Thunder, mist, silence. When the fog cleared, Thabo was no longer in Bushbuckridge. He had landed in a cold, dim, and eerie realm, surrounded by creatures with bulging eyes, hairy backs, twisted limbs, and long, curling tongues. The Tokoloshes. They circled him, not with anger, but interest. One began to beat a drum, another joined. Soon, a hypnotic rhythm filled the air. Thabo, terrified at first, stood frozen, but then realized something strange. He wasn't afraid anymore. The music was beautiful. Dark, yes, wild, yes, but powerful, calling to something buried deep within him. The Tokoloshes danced around him, eyes gleaming like coals. One of them grinned with razor teeth and offered Thabo a drum of his own. In this strange, twisted underworld, Thabo was being welcomed. But the question was, why? What did they want from him? And would he become one of them, or rise above them? To be continued.